Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss with you the schematic representation of molecular orbital theory of energy level diagram, that is the octahedral complexes of tetrametal ion, for example CuNH336, cobalt, hexamino cobalt 36 3 plus. These are energy levels diagrams are how are constructed. In last lecture we have studied about the basics of molecular orbital theory. Okay, in that basics you will understand or you can get the idea of what is the MOT theory. Now in today's lecture we are going to see the schematic representation of molecular orbital energy level diagram. So let us start here. First of all, I can draw the diagram and then we will specify each and every point. See here, one by one you can also draw the diagram. Now, this is the energy level diagram for the octahedral complex according to MOT theory. Now, each of the block or each of the subshell of energy level, how it is represented. This can be done in today's lecture. Okay, I will give you first of all explanation. In this energy level diagram, it consists of three parts. First of all, this part, second this, and third this. First part comprises to increasing energy level orbitals of only central metal ion. For example, 3d, then 4s, and then 4p. This is the energy with increasing level. Okay, that is at the extreme left portion of this energy level diagram. Metal ion orbitals are situated with increasing energies. At the extreme right portion, there is a group of ligands which are called as degenerate orbitals, which possess the same equivalent energy with same symmetry. They are situated just below the central metal ions, because ligand possess lower amount of energy than the central metal ion. Okay. Now, ligand group orbitals are which are the orbitals? First is A1G, T1U and EG. A1G means 4s. Okay. T1U means 4p and EG means AG, that is equal to dx square minus y square and dz square. Got it? All of you come to clear this information now. These are the 3d 5 orbitals of a central metal ions. Okay. Now, in these 3d orbitals, how the electrons are situated. Okay. Before this, we will discuss these energy levels. Now, what is the middle portion denotes? Okay. Now, at the extreme left of the position, that is atomic orbitals of central metal ion. At extreme right portion, that is ligand group orbitals are situated. But in the middle of these two, there is formation of combining of these two kinds of atomic orbitals. There is formation of one, this is the bonding molecular orbital, and with star EG, A1 dash star, T1U star, in capital letters are called as anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, as the bonding molecular orbitals possess less amount of energy than the anti-bonding bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, now we will see the correct assumptions according to this diagram. What is the basic sequence of these? All the orbitals in situating or in presenting molecular energy level diagram in case of any molecule according to a MOT. Okay, now first of all we will see the assumptions or the specifications. See here. Specifications. Okay, what is the first point of according to diagram? That is, first point is, that is situation of ligands, comma, central metal ion and molecular orbitals and anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Here bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, situation of ligands in which position? At extreme right. Central metal ions situated with a extreme left portion. Left, and in between extreme, here extreme left, here extreme right, and in between this portion here at lower conditions, bonding molecular orbitals, that is combining of atomic orbitals of metal ions with same symmetry of its ligand group orbitals. Okay, bonding molecular orbital and anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay, at a time two orbitals are formed. First one is called as bonding molecular orbital. In short, it is called as BMO, and second is antibonding molecular orbital, ABMO. Now, second point. As the ligands possess lower energy, they impart ionic interaction to the bonding between central metal ion and ligands. Central metal ion and ligands. Okay, this point is very much important to you, as the ligand possess lower energy. That's why they impart ionic interaction to bonding between central metal ion and the ligands, in which they cause electronic transitions through central metal ion to ligands. Okay, that is which type of transitions are occur here? That is metal ion to ligands. These transitions can occur. Okay, now third point. See here. About the ligand, degeneracy of ligand. As ligand possess similar or equivalent energy, symmetrical size, okay, and due to their situation, they can also be called as degenerate orbitals. Okay, therefore they can lie on the same position in the molecular energy level diagrams. But in case of central metal ion, what happens? Central metal ions of orbitals which are not equivalent energy, similar overlap here. Therefore, these orbitals are placed according to the increasing energy level diagrams. Increasing energies of first is 3D, then 4s, and then 4p. But due to degeneracy of ligands, they are placed in the same box or same fashion. Okay. Now, fourth point, the bonding molecular orbital and antibonding molecular orbital lie above and below the mean value of lie above and below the mean value of the component in which the combining of AOs, that is atomic orbitals, can takes place. What is this point? That is bonding molecular orbital, that is BMO, and antibonding molecular orbital lie nearly above and below the mean value of the component in which combining atomic orbitals can take place. Okay. Now, about the electrons present in the ligands and the electrons present in the metal orbitals. Which orbitals are nearer to the ligand orbitals? Which orbitals are nearer to the central metal ion orbitals? According to this point, this comes. as this point, fifth point considers 3 subpoints here. Point fifth, as bonding molecular orbitals are nearer to ligand group orbitals, therefore the electrons in bonding molecular orbitals are called as ligand electrons. Okay, and second point is that what? It is as antibonding molecular orbitals are nearer to which orbitals? That is to central metal ion orbital. The electrons in these antibonding molecular orbitals are called as metal ion electrons. Now, the electrons in bonding molecular orbitals are called as ligand electrons. Okay. In antibonding molecular orbitals, these are called as metal ion electrons. What about the non-bonding? See here, third point is that is the electrons in non-bonding T2G n orbitals are called as only unpaired electrons and nothing but the metal electrons. Okay, what these three types of electrons? First, bonding molecular orbitals are nearer to ligands, therefore they called as ligand electrons. Antibonding molecular orbitals are nearer to the central metal ion, therefore they are called as metal ion electrons, and the non-bonding electrons are called as unpaired or metal electrons. Now, sixth point, formation of antibonding Eg star. Okay, now antibonding Eg star, how it is formed? It is formed by Eg orbitals on metal ion and its symmetry orbitals of LGOs to form this antibonding Eg star orbitals. Actually, there is no very much difference between Eg orbitals and Eg star orbitals. Okay, already there are also other kinds of the electrons or orbitals which are used as an unpaired electron, that is equal to T2Gn orbitals, that is the non-bonding electrons. They cannot take part in the bonding, therefore these T2G electrons of the orbitals having a capacity and the Eg star orbitals, there is very less difference. Okay, that is the difference between, see here, that is the difference between this Eg and T2G n orbitals. This difference, that is delta 0, is equal to very small. Therefore, promotion of an electron from this highest occupied molecular orbital to lowest occupied molecular orbital can take place easily. Okay, therefore the electron transition can take place T2Gn to Eg star orbitals. And last point is that about the molecular energy level diagram, that is equal to seventh point is that what is, according to molecular orbital theory, e.g. orbital electrons are purely metal ion electrons, while there is no any ionic interaction will take place in the formation of octahedral complex using MOT, but as well as the covalent interactions will also take place. Also, this MOT can explain the other specifications which are not explained by CFT and VBT. That is, MOT can explain the other problematic explanation for the octahedral complex by using this theory. Okay, thus we have completed the specifications according to the molecular orbital theory with energy level diagrams. In next lecture, we are going to discuss the formation of Ti H2O 6 3+ octahedral complex with energy level diagrams, and how the spectra of the molecule can occur in 20,000 and 300 centimeter inverse. Which type of charge transfer interactions takes place, what is the color you have observed, these points and other complexes with detailed study we have going to discuss in the next lecture. Okay, I hope that all of you enjoy this lecture, and if there are any difficulties, please ask me on group. Thank you.